All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Night Moves here for Tuesday, March 17th. We've got a great day of action planned here for the action. Hey, we're getting going here with the NCAA tournament. First four, two games tonight here with our 16 seeds there and our 11 seeds. We'll have a couple of winners advance into the actual NCAA tournament with two games tonight, of course, from Dayton. And we also have NBA, NHL, and maybe we'll sneak an NIT game in there just for good measure because we've got to have something to watch after the NCAA tournament on the college side. So thanks for joining us here on the show. We'll get to the previews here in a moment. We do have some great coverage of last night's games here. Hopefully, you guys had a good evening here with the action. Let's take a look and see what's going on here from last night. Of course, it's got to be our lead story here, the World Baseball Classic with Italy losing to Venezuela 4-2. Luis Arraez, Ronald Acuna, RBI singles, and the comeback win. They scored 3 runs there in the 7th inning to advance to Tuesday night's final to meet the United States. Venezuela's bullpen, how about it? 23 outs. They allowed only 5 base runners, no runs, and they'll meet there in the game. On Tuesday night, what do you guys like here in that one? Man, we're going to have a great matchup here in the World Baseball Classic with the United States and Venezuela. We've seen that line issued here, of course, right now for Tuesday night's game. We do have the United States about a minus 270 in that game. Venezuela's looked pretty good for sure. We'll see the U.S. will they have that true motivation. You know, the Venezuelans will be ready to go as well. So, yeah, we got the final here with Venezuela and the United States on Tuesday night. Nolan McLean going for the United States there in that one. The finals are in Miami here, so we'll get a great game tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. It's the featured game. Yeah, there's some NCAA tournament game, but probably going to have to watch that one there between the United States and Venezuela. There, and you have the winner there last night. My Italy future went by the wayside there, but that's all right. Root for the U.S. here, I think, in this one, of course. The total, by the way, 8.5 flat, pretty much. Run line, USA minus 1.5, minus 125. Venezuela plus 1.5, plus 105. Ready to go with the World Baseball Classic Championship game there on Tuesday night. And of course, it'll be like I said, the NCAA first four. You don't have to fill out your brackets just yet. Wait for those first round teams. But if you've spent your last 24 hours filling out 100 brackets, let me know in the chat what you came up with here so far. I know what I came up with, and you know what? I might be going with a little bit of an upset in the NCAA tournament. I know I'm on some futures here already with Arizona, with Duke, and with Arkansas. But you know what? Might be some other teams that kind of starting to catch my eye a little bit here as well at the NCAA tournament. Let me know who maybe your dark horses are at the NCAA tournament. I know a couple of teams that I kind of have advancing in there, maybe a little deep run. I'm kind of hyped up on Purdue a little bit because of the guard play, because of Smith. I think that he's exceptional and he can get them going there. Man, could Arkansas, if they could get by a team like Arizona, could it be Arkansas and Purdue? Could it be Arizona and Purdue in there? I've got to fade Gonzaga here. I know they're a 3 seed, and maybe it's supposed to be typical Gonzaga, but I don't know. I see what I usually see in Gonzaga. I think St. John's definitely was underrated, and I'm going to look for them to get something done here. They'd have to face Duke eventually if they did get past teams like maybe Kansas here. I don't know. Kansas is playing Cal Baptist. Watch out. They're in the first round, but St. John's could end up playing Duke. It could be a matchup of UConn and maybe Michigan State in there and a 2-3 on the other side. But I don't know. UCLA's in that side of the bracket too. UCLA was such a good home team. They really weren't good on the road, but neutral site could be different. The Bruins were kind of record setting at home this season. So I kind of want to hitch a ride maybe with St. Mary's to get something done. I mean, you look at that bracket, yes, Houston, a number 2 seed. Somehow they always end up blowing it somewhere. Illinois was a 3 seed. They've been losing games here of late, even though they've been going to overtime. And maybe I've got a sleeper in there. Could BCU beat North Carolina in the first round? I'm really impressed with Coach Martelli for BCU. So, man, going to be a great, fill out 10 brackets on ESPN. You can kind of move them around a little bit over on the other side. But 2 seed Iowa State in there. And how about Michigan? Will they get there? Will they go 1-2 on that side of the bracket? Who could be a sleeper from that side? Who could upset Michigan? Could St. Louis possibly upset a great team like Michigan in there? So, all right, we got a couple days to figure out the brackets, but we got games tomorrow here, obviously. With the NCAA play-in. Okay, did have some winners here on night moves last night in the NBA. Some interesting results there, certainly with some of the games we saw, including here winner with the Phoenix Suns over the Boston Celtics there, getting the points. Maybe just barely got there, but they did cover there as Boston got the win, 120 to 112. It closed 9. We talked about on the show 8.5 last night, so I was able to get home on that one also. We had the Chicago Bulls over Memphis, 132 to 107. Easy cover there in that one, and we had the Clippers there late night getting the points against the Spurs, even without Kawhi, and Spurs looking great, but the Clippers were able to get the money 119 to 115 as we brought home a few winners there. NHL winners here on night moves last night included the Los Angeles Kings against the Rangers, of course, on the road, right? That's what we're going to do, go against the Rangers, take the Kings there. They were able to get the a win on the road yesterday, 4-1. We also had New Jersey over the Bruins. They needed overtime to get there, but the Devils did win 4-3 there in that one. And we also had the Pittsburgh Penguins plus 1.5 on the puck line, but they really hammered Colorado 7-2. Colorado having some inconsistency there right now. All right, let's get ready to say hello to everyone. Then we're going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well. Had a winner in college baseball. I know that here on Monday, but let's go ahead and take a look at who's here in the chat, who's going to be joining me as members of the chat pros here tonight. Lots of comments rolling in. Great to see everybody here. Tim M's ready to go with tonight's game. USA, he says here. Champs or go home. I like that. West Up Parlay scores last night with Lakers and Clippers. He's westing up there. Cal Dog is here as well. I love it is here. Welcome to I Love It. All right, let's see. Richie Rich is here. He had the Kings there in the NHL, right? We're picking on those poor Rangers there. LALB, Lakers with Venezuela, little parlay action there last night. And here is Mr. Weskers in the chat talking about those Lakers there. And they did get done there on the road, didn't they? I had the overs on the show last night. Why didn't I just go with the Lakers? I was talking them up there. And the line did shift. You noticed that in the game last night. Once Alperen Sengun was kind of ruled out, you saw the line move first, and then Sengun was officially ruled out. So it must have been a little bit of in the know there with that one, and that did help the Lakers. They ended up kind of pasting the Rockets there a little bit last night, 100-92. Low scoring game of the night. There, Cal Dog's ready for the madness. Well, hello to Brayson in there. He wants to go over in the World Baseball Classic. there. Let's see, Tim's liking Duke in the tournament, it feels like here. Damon's here, and he likes Baltimore College and NC State in those NCAA tournament games. We'll lead off the coverage with the NCAA tournament tonight. You know we will. All right, Brayson says Arizona always able to get it done. He's got West up has Arizona to win the region as well. I mean, look, they're great. Pete is great. I just and look, I mean, I like I said, I have them in a futures bet, no doubt about it. But well, I don't know. When I look at that side of the bracket, I see kind of an easy road there. I mean, look, they play in Long Island, should get it done. Then they're going to play the winner of Villanova and Utah State. Now, I don't know what you think about that one. That's kind of a toss up there, but I don't know if the Mountain West is really as bad as they were treated here by the committee. It shouldn't be a contest, really. I mean, Utah State might have had a good season, but they're the only team from the Mountain West. 5 teams from the Mountain West are in the NIT because they didn't make it to the NCAA tournament. And like I said, San Diego State rejected their offer to go to the NIT. But so if they're really that bad, maybe it will be Arizona and Villanova in a battle of Wildcats there. And then the winner of that one would advance, of course. And like I said, I like Arkansas as kind of my sleeper team. Now they'd have to get by. They open with Hawaii, and then they'd have to play probably Wisconsin, although Wisconsin plays an interesting high point team there in the first round. And then Wisconsin versus Arkansas, I'd probably take, I'm on Arkansas, of course, there. And then Arizona would meet Arkansas is what I would look forward to in that matchup to go to the Elite Eight there. So, okay, let's see who else is here. Bama may not get going here right now. They obviously, they had a player there arrested yesterday. Look, I'm not saying it's a distraction. He's going to be off the team here certainly, so they can get by. But did have that news come out there yesterday from Alabama. I mean, we saw Nate Oates. I mean, he's not going to stand for that. But nonetheless, a little bit of I want to call it controversy there. Everyone's responsible for their own situation there. But Aiden Holloway arrested for 1 pound of marijuana, so he averages 16 points a game. I mean, he's a good scorer there for sure. So I guess he's a businessman. I guess he's a businessman on the side, if you know what I mean. All right, do they still? I mean, who? I don't know the dispensary situation there, so maybe he's just like he's selling tamales out of his truck or something. I don't know. VCU over North Carolina, VCU there for Brayson. And he says Michigan will lose in the Elite Eight. It says West Up says Michigan has it easy. And a few more here. Let me see what else we got. We had the Lakers. LALB zeroes in on those single game parlays with the Lakers, huh? And Mr. Wesker says once the line move, he read the line movement there and was able to. He knew that the Lakers were going to be the side after that line move late. All right, let's see here. Anything else from the chat? And if not, we'll just get the show started. Looking down the line here, just want to thank everybody in there. Oh boy. He's selling the tamales, you guys, selling them out, 16 points a game. But you know what? Got to make a little money on the. I guess they didn't pay him enough, or maybe he took his NIL money and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do a little investment, All right, Damon the Talkin says NBA, but we're gonna start with college basketball here this week. And we'll go right to it right now and get down with the action here in the NCAA tournament. Let's get going here right now with our first matchup. The action gets underway tomorrow in the NCAA tournament at uh, 6:40 p.m. Eastern, 3:40 Pacific, with Howard taking on Maryland, Baltimore County here. UMBC, the Retrievers, going to have that exciting tournament uh, uh, finish, if you will. There, I thought they did a pretty good job. They looked pretty good actually there in their tournament run and getting the berth here, going up against the Howard Bison. Closely rated game here. You got UMBC favored by what, 1.5 total, 140.5. The winner will take on Michigan on Thursday in Buffalo. Baltimore County is riding a program record 12 game winning streak coming in, making its first NCAA appearance since 2018. And uh, you might remember that team. They upset number one Virginia. I think that was the first and only of 16-1 upset, right? If I'm not mistaken. Howard has won 8 straight after winning the MEAC championship with a 70-63 win over North Carolina Central. Howard has averaged 84 points over its last 10 games, while Maryland Baltimore County has averaged 79.8 points. Both teams have pretty good offenses here, I'd say, with Jalakai King and Howard, powered by MEAC Player of the Year Bryce Harris, who averages 17 points per game. So, look, UMBC's won their last 12. Like I said, they have a good control of the game, good perimeter defense, good three-point shooting. Howard's going to look to use its size advantage here, I think, and maybe get into transition. It's a little bit of contrast of styles, I would say, coming into this one. UMBC has gone under in 6 of their last 8 games coming in. They've covered 6 straight coming into this one. Howard, meanwhile, 11-1 in their last 12 games against the spread. Overall, Howard coming in looking pretty good as well. So you got a matchup to see which 16 seed goes in to face Michigan here. These two teams did meet back in November of 2024. UMBC won 95-77 in that game. And let's see how you have it here in the chat. Both teams so effective right now. ATS, UMBC 15-7 against the spread as a favorite. And Howard is 6-2 against the spread as an underdog. This total now at 139. Let's go to the chat and see how you think here in this one. This total actually was as high as 141.5 here. Let me see. Has it ticked back up a little bit right now? Yeah, maybe it is 140.5 here on the total. And it looks like it could be down to a pick'em here at some spots. It's either 1 or a pick'em for UMBC. So let's see. Let's go to the chat and see what you have here in this one. We get ready for the opening games of the tournament. Okay, here come the plays. Brayson says Baltimore County and North Carolina. What is that? North Carolina, is that not A&T? Money line parlay? North Carolina State. Yeah, North Carolina State. I was like, they didn't make it to the North Carolina A&T. Let's see here. Howard for Timmy Two Shoes. Jermaine likes Howard here. Howard money line for Cal Dog. West up parlay on the over here. And Howard has been there and done that, says Timmy Two Shoe. But Baltimore County's been there too. Although, that was kind of a pre-play-in situation, right? You had the 16 seed Baltimore County went in there and took out Virginia in that famous upset. And maybe over here for LALB. I like Howard in this one. I'm going to take Howard here. I really liked what I saw from Baltimore County, but I just think this isn't a great matchup for him. We talked about the contrast of styles, and I think that the way the matchup does set up, I favor the team with the size here, and I'm going to take Howard in this one. All right, that's the first game. Now we're moving to 9:10 Eastern and 6:10 Pacific time with North Carolina State here taking on Texas. And looks like a pick. I think it's down to about 158 here. I was so far ahead, I typed these in uh, practically overnight here, getting ready for this show because really excited to get going here. So we're going to preview one game after this in the NIT with UNLV and UC Irvine. But just to let you know, there are uh, several NIT games that will be going on during these play-in games. That's probably another one of the problems with the NIT, right? I mean, we know there's no, uh, real good coverage on TV because the NCAA owns all the rights to a lot of the games. Now you can pick you can watch the games; they'll be on, uh, ESPN, ESPN2, and things like that. But really, they shouldn't be able to go up even against them. It feels like, and they don't in the big rounds, though. So okay, and let's go now to this one and see what you think with Texas here. Uh, 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 Taking on North Carolina State. Man, you wonder with some of these teams, and you talk about who deserved to be in, who's out, and things like that. Man, uh, you just got to question really North Carolina State and their entry into the tournament here. I mean, they were just atrocious down the stretch. It felt like. I mean, whatever the committee did, I mean, like I said, I think sometimes they don't pay attention to the ratings and they just put in. But come on, this NC State team was uh, doomsday down the stretch, really. Uh, in the 11-11 game here, you have Texas 18 and 14, 9 and 9 in the SEC, going up against NC State. Here they were 20 and 13, 10 and 8 in the ACC. But again, they were wiltering here down the stretch. But quite frankly, so was Texas coming in. The Wolfpack. Uh, Seeking revenge here for an early season loss 102-97 at the Maui Invitational. That wasn't even overtime. uh, Texas, they struggled down the stretch, losing 5 of their last 6 games, including a 76-66 SEC tournament loss to Ole Miss, while NC State lost 6 of their last 7 regular season games before beating Pittsburgh and then falling to Virginia 81-74 in the ACC tournament quarterfinals. Dalen Swain leads Texas, the only major conference player leading his team in 5 statistical categories in scoring, rebounding, assists, steals, and minutes. He's a do it all man. Paul McNeil Jr. leads NC State here, 102 3-pointers this season, just 4 away from the program record. He could get it here tonight in this one. So let's see what you think. Now, Texas was the better cover here for the most part this season. NC State 14 and 18 against the spread. Texas was 17 and 15 against the spread. Texas also 8 and 5 against the spread as an underdog here this season. So let's see what you've got with these two. uh, Texas and North Carolina State here at the NCAA tournament. Texas just 1 and 6 against the spread down the stretch as well in their last 7 games. North Carolina State was 1 and 5 in their last 6 games down the stretch against the spread. NC State has gone over in 5 straight games. Texas, meanwhile, has gone over in 7 of their last 10. And the two teams have combined to go 41 and 24 to the over this season. NC State was 15-10 to the over as a favorite. Texas was 8-5 to the over as an underdog. So yeah, it's a high total here. In fact, it's been dropping here somewhat. The move has been on the under here, but it seems uh, like these are very high scoring teams. We already talked about that earlier win. They did meet last year in a matchup early season. It was just 63-59. When I say last year, I mean last season. They met in December of 24. This year's meeting was in November. That 102-97 game out at the Maui Invitational. All right, let's see what you think though here in this one, and yeah, I guess it'd probably be a pretty high scoring game. But let's see what you guys have in the chat and what you're gonna pick with this one, Texas and NC State here. And I'll make my call. Here we go to the chat. Okay, I'm looking. Here come the plays. And I'm going to start it off with Brayson here says NC State wins this game. Timmy Two Shoes likes the Wolfpack. Texas is just sad. Oh no, Timmy, don't say that. They might secede here. Mr. Wesker's on Texas here. LALV likes the under, though, says forget about that high-scoring game. These guys will end up going under here. After all, it's a big, important game. Let's see. West Up says under in this one also. Cal Dog's going to hook them. Maybe it'll go overtime. Damon likes the over here. I think I have to take Texas if I just did the hook 'em with the wild graphics there. To me, maybe going over here in this one. All right. I'll have to make my call here. I'm going with the Texas Longhorns. I'm going with Texas here in this one over North Carolina State. Give me Texas here on Night Moves. All right, and while we're on the college segment, look, I'm not going to preview any of the games running up against the NCAA tournament. By the time this one's over, though, they'll just be ready to go, or they'll probably be just tipped off here in the first half. But I've got to throw a little NIT coverage in there to kind of round it out. Got UCI in here, so number one, UCI, basically, I think, or number four in the didn't even look at the ratings there too much, but you do have UCI here favored by 2.5 and 152. This is the late game out here. It's actually 3 and 153 now. With the Anteaters here going up against the Running Rebels here in this one, and take a look at these guys right now. UCI was pretty hot there. Yeah, they took the loss there to Hawaii in that final 71-64. UNLV, meanwhile, lost to Utah State 80-60 to get knocked out of the Mountain West tournament. UCI was 18-14 against the spread this season. They were 7-3 ATS down the stretch here. Also, they were 14-12 ATS as a favorite. Irvine has won 7 of their last 8 games at home, 5-1 straight up in their last 6. They've covered 5 of their last 6 overall. UC Irvine's gone under in 7 of their last 10, but UNLV's been an over team here down the stretch. Going 6-1 to the over on the road and over in 10 of their last 13 overall. UNLV has won 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams, but it hasn't really been recently with these programs. But UNLV is 7-0 against the spread in their last 7 games against the Big West conference. Let's see what you have here. Maybe in this one, I just want to take one NIT game here tonight to take a look at and see how you guys rate this one here between UNLV and Irvine. It's a pretty high total for sure, but I'm not sure it's going to go over. Let's see what you got. If anything, I might have caught you guys by surprise a little bit, but taking a game here. It's going to be UNLV for West Up, and LALV likes UNLV. Cal Dogs got Irvine on the money line. Mr. Weskers is on UC Irvine. And all right, hey, I'm going to be on the under here in this one with UNLV and UC Irvine. Give me the under as my play here on the show. All right, that's a look at college basketball. Enjoy the start of the tournament here and get into it. Maybe we should make a bracket over at ESPN for all the group here on Night Moves and see who has the best record. We have until Thursday to do it. Let me know in the chat. Should we do that? Are you guys already doing your ESPN brackets? It's always the easiest, and we can just have everybody sign up over there. You know, one thing that's really cool when you look at the ESPN brackets is when you I was noticing it. I don't know if it had it last year, but when you advance your team and you make the next matchup, it does make a little matchup for you that you can look down. And I think one of the most interesting things it has is to see how the particular seeds have done. So say you advance, a number 6 in there against a number 3 or something, you click on the preview of that matchup, you can scroll down and it'll say something to the effect of, oh, the number 3 seed has won 59% of the matchups against the 6 seed. And really interesting the way they have that out. Okay, West Up's already in there. So, okay, well, I'll look into it. Maybe we can do that. I don't want to wait too long. So maybe I'll look at it here the next 24 hours and maybe we can make our own little field, huh? Yeah, there we go. Maybe I should just do that. I mean, it's fairly easy, right? Just wonder if we'd get enough people in there. Okay, well, thanks a lot, everybody. Let's go to our NBA coverage here now. We've got several games in the NBA to look at. Well, I think we'll look at all 8 games here actually tonight. I think every game has some implications in the postseason. All right, here we go. And we'll start off with the top of the board. The Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Orlando Magic. NBA action here for a Tuesday. Big old spread here with Oklahoma City favored by 9. And the total here, 222. I think you'd call it 9.5 and 221.5. It looks like a little bit of movement here. Plus, I'm going to fix the graphic there a little bit. Okay, there we go. Man, Oklahoma City, they're hot again. They're taking this seriously as far as trying to go up against the Spurs there in the Western Conference. The Thunder right now currently in the lead in the Western Conference over San Antonio by 3 games here. For the Magic here, they also come in here on a pretty good run, although they did lose, had their winning streak snapped there by the Atlanta Hawks last night, 124-112. It was at Atlanta, so look, Atlanta was in a good spot in that game. Like I said, I was on Atlanta there. In that game, we had the under on the show here last night, but Orlando's still pretty hot, but did take it on the chin there to end their winning streak. there. So, no problem. Atlanta's been pretty hot. Atlanta got the number there in that one. And here, though, the Thunder, a pretty big favorite against this good Orlando team, man. I mean, come on. Yeah, back to back here for Orlando, but they are at home. Oklahoma City, remember, they weren't covering any games until they beat Minnesota last time out. I mean, they've been winning all the games, that's for sure, but they were having trouble covering the spread in any of those wins. Quite frankly, Oklahoma City's won 8 straight games, but are just 1-7 against the spread in those 8 games right now. Oklahoma City has covered 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams. Oklahoma City's gone under in 6 of their last 7 games, actually coming in. Orlando, meanwhile, 7-1 straight up in their last 8 with that loss last time out. 4-2 against the spread in their last 6. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but Orlando has gone over in 5 straight games. Orlando's been a pretty solid over this year. They're 14-10 to the over as a dog. Oklahoma City 18-14 to the over on the road, but I don't know. I think this is going to be a game that's going to finish under this number. But let me see what you guys have here. Prove me wrong here if you like the over. These two teams met in February. It was 128-92. Oklahoma City clubbed these guys. 11.5 point favorites in their other meeting this season. This is the second of 2 meetings between the two hot clubs. I mean, you got to give Orlando a lot of credit for where they stand here. But let me see how you got it here. Can Oklahoma City keep it going on a roll here? Or is Orlando been an imposter here right now? Or are they just not up to the class of an Oklahoma State right now? Let me see what you guys think in this one. All right, I'm going to start it off here with Timmy Two Shoes. He says, take the Magic in the first half. Mr. Weskers might like Oklahoma City here in this one. Timmy says maybe take them full game here, plus that 9, right? We've seen some teams kind of, get out to some leads here. I don't know if the tankathon was really in effect. I might have blown it there on a few games last night, staying in the tankathon. This is no tankathon. Currently, right now, we talked about the situation, obviously, for Oklahoma City. Orlando, meanwhile, they're in 5th place right now, looking pretty good. They are tied, actually, with Toronto. But, if you can get that 5 or 6 there for Orlando, and they are, there's some hot teams coming here for sure. And let's see, Cal Dog says, Magic might have looked past. Maybe weren't ready for that Atlanta game because they wanted this one. But man, that was that was an important game too there last night. I know they were on the road, and Atlanta's been hot. Magic first half here for West Up. And let's see, there's JD Brown in there. Great to see JD there. And I think he's talking about the heat down there, down under. How can it be heat down there? It's heat here too. In Las Vegas, we're getting ready for a heat wave here in the Southwest. LALB's on the under. Timmy says this is over situation. Step back Jays here. Says Magic are going to get smashed here on the back-to-back. And Timmy said, wait a minute. Are these guys under guys? Or are these guys over guys? He said these guys are over dudes, but these guys are under guys. So the dudes are over and the guys are under, I think is what we're saying here. All right, who's in, who's out? Oklahoma City here. Carlson is out, and for the Magic, Jonathan Isaac, he's out, and Anthony Black is still out. All right, I'm going to take the under in this one with Oklahoma City and Orlando. Might be a little contrarian there, but I'm going under. Next up, we got another hot one here involving those Eastern Conference surging teams, right? With Miami here taking on Charlotte. Now, Miami, they were hot. Remember, they were on a big winning streak, but they lost to Orlando the other night, a 117 to 121 at Orlando. They were favored in that game at Orlando. Snapped their winning streak in that one. Here, the Hornets at home, all of a sudden, the Hornets coming back down to earth a little bit. Uh, they did lose to the Spurs last time out, 115 to 102 a few days ago. Their wins were against Sacramento and Portland. They didn't cover the spread in that one. So Charlotte's kind of, if any of those hot teams are kind of feeling the pressure here a little bit, Charlotte has started to stumble just a little bit here right now. In fact, they're in 10th place. They're probably solidified in 10th. I still don't think the Bucks will catch them, but now they've fallen 3 games back here of the Sixers, who have won a couple in a row. We know the Hawks have been on their hot winning streak there, and the Sixers, like I said, 3 games ahead of the Hornets for that 9 slot. So the Hornets, hey, look, it'd still be a pretty good season if they get into the playoffs here. And I don't know, maybe this is a chance to get a little bit healthy here or win a game. There's only 4 games, 4 games separating the Heat and the Hornets in the standings. I mean, like I said, the Heat, Hawks, Sixers, and Hornets are the current order, but these teams are still relatively close. I think the Heat's been on a pretty nice run themselves here. They are, like I said, they are coming in off of a loss, but before that, they were one of the hot teams. We've talked about these Eastern Conference teams here time and again with this incredible run. Charlotte still won 8 of their last 11, but they have failed to cover in 5 straight games here. Meanwhile, for the Heat, they are 7-1 straight up and against the spread in their last 8 games. They've also covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings overall against the Charlotte Hornets. Miami's gone over in 4 of their last 6 coming in here. Charlotte, though, has gone under in 6 of their last 8, and 8 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams have gone under. They just met here 11 days ago, and it was 128 to 120. Miami got the win and cover on the road. They were actually getting 7.5 in that one. Now they're only getting 3.5, and that was just 11 days ago. Now you could look to the injury report a little bit. You got Bam here actually questionable. Wiggins is out. Pele Larson, he's probable with an elbow. Yeah, because of the way, because of his shooting there yesterday. I think he has an elbow. He was putting up those shots. Jovic is probable as well for Charlotte. Salon is out and McNeely is probable. So maybe the injury report favors the Hornets here in this one. But let's see how you have it here. The total, 233, maybe 233.5. I think the spread's actually gone down to 3. And maybe the total's gone up to 233.5 here. Miami is a terrific cover this year, 41-26 against the spread, 20-12 against the spread on the road, 20-11 against the spread as an underdog. Meanwhile, for Charlotte, 41-27 against the spread. These are 2 of the best spread teams around. 19-12 against the spread at home and 14-10 against the spread as a favorite. Let's go to the chat here, trying to stay awake here on Night Moves after watching that baseball game. Charlotte's hardcore under at home, 10-21 to the under at home this season. Meanwhile, for Miami, they are 18-14 to the over as an underdog, but I'm going to go with the under actually with Miami and Charlotte. But let's go to the chat and see what you guys have. I'm going under 233 in this one. All right, let's see what we got here. with the Heat and the Hornets from the chat pros. I think Cal Dog's on the Heat here. And Jimmy says he wants the under, but he'll play the over because of Miami right now. Yeah, Charlotte, though, 26 and 42 overall to the under. Although I will say, as a dog, they're much more likely to go under. Here's the Heat for West Up. Damon likes the over here. Hello to Kendrick Moe in the chat. He likes the Hornets there to get back in stride. I mean, look, I'm not saying they were playing a tough schedule there. Like I said, I mean they did beat Sacramento and Portland, but they didn't cover. But their losses were to Miami, Phoenix, and San Antonio. Those are pretty comparable teams. I mean, obviously the Spurs are elite, but Kendrick says they'll get the cover and going over easy. Okay, you guys. Oh wow. Okay. Heat on the points of Bam and Wiggins play. We'll see what the status is here too, right? Maybe this is going to be a little bit of a pass game for the Heat, actually, that those guys have to play. Powell been sluggish there off that injury, I think, says Kendrick Moe. And maybe the Hornets can catch the Heat slipping. Hornets first half for LALB. And Con Kneppel prop here for Timmy Two Shoes. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that's it for you guys on that one, and I'll take the under as my play here on the show. All right, next up we have the Detroit Pistons on the road taking on the Washington Wizards. And the Wizards losing again here, lost in fact last night to Golden State, 125 to 117. Well, you know what? I tried to get cute and leave the tankathon there on the show. I took the Wizards plus 7.5 last night, and they happened to lose by 8 points. That's what you get. There. The early number was 8.5 there, but I think we were only on plus 7.5 there last night. So maybe some got the money with Golden's with the Wizards if they were on it early, and we were on the show and that was we missed it. So Wizards here just dismal with this losing streak right now. They had covered 2 in a row before last night's game. Like I said, that's kind of what got me in, thinking they were gonna, and they did hang. There's no doubt about it. It was very close finish spread wise. For Detroit, meanwhile, they come in off of a loss to Toronto that ended a 3-game winning streak. They failed to cover in 2 in a row here. They lost to Toronto 119 to 108. Detroit's won 13 of their last 20, but covered just 3 of their last 12 games overall. Detroit's gone over in 4 of their last 5. They are just 5-12 straight up against the Wizards in the last 17 games. Now, it's not like the Wizards have been any good over the last 5, 6, 7 seasons. Detroit definitely was, a growing, a budding team, really. So let's see, though, what you have in this one. Washington's gone over in 4 of their last 5. They're on a massive losing streak here right now. For the Wizards here, they've now lost 12 games in a row. Washington and Detroit have gone under in 13 of their last 20 overall. 18.5 is a mighty big number to get done here. But, man, after I fell out of the tankathon there yesterday and failed to go with some of my teams, and, we did see some of the tankathon favorites kind of come through there yesterday. Portland, of course, was the one I'm thinking of as they blasted the Brooklyn Nets. And I don't know, man, 20 points on the road, though. I don't know if any of our crews, but I kind of want to lay it. I don't know if anybody in the chat will, but I might. Let's see if we'll go to the chat here, see what you got. Very interested to see you're at 18.5. Detroit is just 24-31. ATS is a favorite, but they are 18-15 against the spread on the road. While Washington 26-36 against the spread as a dog. Here we go. 18.5. Pistons might let them in the back door. Wizards first half for LALB. Is it a full squad for Detroit? I think it's I hope so. Favored by 18.5 here. You'd think everybody better be all hands on deck. For Detroit, Stewart is out of this game, but that's pretty much it for Detroit. Meanwhile, for Washington, they have guys out. Keyshawn George questionable. Leaky Black is questionable. Trey Young's even questionable now in this one. Looks like we'll get Sar back in here. Sar is probable in this one. 19 is certainly a lot. Kendrick Moe on the Wizards here. West up parlay on the under. Pistons will not blow them out again. It was 126-117 in the last matchup. Washington won it at Detroit in an upset. They were in that game. How many points were they getting? 17. 17, and the Wizards won that game. It was exactly the same situation here on February the 5th. The Wizards were getting the Wizards were actually on the road in that one, getting the points, and they won the game at Detroit. West up on the under. We pointed that out. Sar over for the moon, man. We're getting ready to go to the moon. Okay, oops. Let's see here. No ice, no Trey Young, says Kendrick Moe. So give him the Wizards. I think he's saying no Trey Young. That's sweet. Oh, I get it. No Trey Young, so you want the Wizards. Ice Trey Young. And February 6th. Okay. And hello to 51 GCM in there. Hi, 51. All right, I'm going to go with the Pistons here. Give me the Pistons minus 18.5 on night moves. All right, I'll take the Pistons here. All right, the Pacers and the Knicks in this one, with the Knicks here going to be another big favorite in the Tankathon. For the Knickerbockers here, come in as a 15.5 point favorite in this one. They're 44-25 overall. Indiana's on one of those long losing streaks that we're seeing here at the end of the season right now. Indiana's lost 13 in a row. They kind of handed it to Washington and Indiana here, the bottom two teams. They fight it out in the Tankathon. We can't outdo you. They've combined to go 0-25 over the last. All right. Pardon me here. For the Knicks, come in here on a 3-game winning streak with wins over Utah, Indiana, and Golden State, although they failed to cover in each of their last 2 games. Actually coming in, failed against Indiana here just a couple of days ago. 4 days ago, they played at Indy, and it was 101-92. The Knicks won, but did not cover in that game. Indiana here that was the only cover they've actually had here in quite a while. Indiana's 1-12 against the spread in the last 13 games. So you talk about that losing streak, they're not even covering, but who's the only team they did cover against? The New York Knicks. Knicks are 7-3 in their last 10 games. And they've gone just 1-4 ATS, though, in their last 5 overall. The Knicks have gone under in 9 of their last 13 here, but the Pacers have gone over in 9 of their last 12. The Pacers have covered now 5 of the last 6 games against the Indiana Pacers, or against the New York Knicks. So the Pacers have had the better of the series spread-wise here. They also met back in February. The Pacers won that one in New York, 137 to 134 as an 11.5 point dog. They met in December, and the Knicks won in Indy, 114 to 113, but they could not cover there, 3.5 points. So Pacers have covered them all this year in the three meetings and won one of the games in New York. All right, maybe we go to the chat here on that. Pacers just 11 and 23 against the spread on the road. The Knicks are 22 and 12 against the spread at home. Here we go in the chat. And don't forget this injury report and the lineup that the Pacers are sending out there too right now. Big problems here for Indiana with Siakam doubtful, Obi Toppin questionable, Zubats questionable, Potter questionable, Neesmith questionable, McConnell questionable, Jackson questionable, Shepard questionable. I mean, this is everybody on the roster pretty much. For the Knicks, Jalen Brunson is questionable, and that one does sound like it could be trouble for him there. But, man, that's a lot of players out. I think you got to take the Knicks here. In fact, I think it might be 16.5 now. Yep, and 223.5 actually. Let's update that line, show it on the screen, and then move on. But definitely a move here to the Knicks in the Tankathon. I'll take the Knicks in this. I'm going to lay the points, more points, lay it. I'm going to lay 35 points in these two games. All right, I'll do it for that one. Let's move on here now to the next one up. Cleveland Cavaliers on the road taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. You got the Cavs here. Going to be a big favorite on the road here in the Tankathon, -10. And the total here, 229.5. This one's gone higher. Let's call it 10 and 229.5 here. Surprised this one's actually gone higher with these two, but let's see what the deal is. You do have Milwaukee here. They were on a losing streak before they finally won one last time out. The Bucks beat Indiana 134 to 123 at home, got the money. Cleveland, meanwhile, comes in here off of that loss at home to Dallas. It did come after they beat Dallas by 33, and then the Mavericks did exact their revenge, but Cleveland still has continued their poor cover record so far this season. These two teams are dismal, really, at covering the spread. Cleveland has won 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams. Cleveland's won 12 of their last 18 overall, but they're just 19 and 35 against the spread as a favorite. Cleveland is just 4 and 11 against the spread in their last 15 when playing on the road at Milwaukee. Milwaukee's gone 2 and 8 straight up and against the spread in their last 10 games overall. 8 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams have gone under here. What do you think in this one? Cleveland at Milwaukee. You got Cleveland right now in the standings. The Cavaliers currently in 4th place here. And they have not yet clinched their the position just yet as far as being in the at least the play-in tournament. Still a long way to go, but so far, the Pistons, Celtics, and Knicks are guaranteed, even if they were to lose all their games, they'd at least be in the play-in tournament. They've clinched they've clinched the right to move on, whether in the play-in or the play-out, play-in or the regular. We know they're going to be, in the main tournament, but just to officially say that they are totally in. Same thing in the, West there. That those teams, Thunder, Spurs, Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, and Wolves all have clinched. They're not going to be. They're going to be in there for sure. And the Suns, they also, I think they are just on the edge here. I think all they need is one more win. They've clinched some. They've clinched a chance to be in the postseason. So, all right, though we're in this one here, and I want to hear from you in the chat. Let's see what you got. Can we lay more points here? Okay, let's see. Pacers for Westup. Oh, Pacers in that other game. Thank you, Westup. I might have missed that. Got Mikhail Bridges, the clown, under this points. Okay, LALB on Indy here, and always close in this one, says Kendrick. Siakam not looking good for Siakam in this one. And you got to wonder here how much more the Pacers have left for the rest of the season with their star. I mean, they are in last place. They're even behind the Wizards here. Let's see, Cal Dog on the under. Knicks team total over. Westup changes their mind after they heard every single player. Let me see. I mean, add them up. How many players? Is it all the players pretty much? Siakam is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 players with questionable tags. Okay. And right. Remember they like fining the teams for lying about their injury report? I mean, come on. Just right now, of all things, all 9 players are injured. Okay, let's see here. 51 likes the Bucks, though, in that one. Timmy likes the Bucks also. More Moon Man on the under. At least somebody likes the under. So does LALV. Cavs first half for Cal Dog. Oh man, we got a lot of under support here. What's going on? Like I said, this thing's been moving higher, and I don't know if I'm buying it.
Steam play.
All right, and let's see. That might be it from you guys. And LALV says that's a consensus under. All right, how about that? And, the one thing there about the injury report with these two, right, with the Cavaliers and the Bucks here, but we know we know what the Bucks have kind of been up against here with their late season. Giannis, he's actually questionable. I guess he could make the lineup. Uzamain Dang is questionable. Miles Turner questionable. Kevin Porter probable. For Cleveland, Merrill questionable. Proctor out. Porter out. And Allen is out. Tyson is probable here. All right. Hey, I'm going to take the Cleveland Cavaliers here. I'm back in the tankathon after ignoring Portland and trying to go against Portland there yesterday. And same thing with Washington. I tried to go with Washington there in the tankathon yesterday, and the tankathon teams, or the non-tank teams, won. So I guess I'm going back to laying it here today. That was bad call to switch it up after the theme of our show here over the last couple of weeks. Keep it going here right now. Let's go to the Suns taking on the Timberwolves here, with the Timberwolves a favorite here against those Suns. Now the Suns are on the back-to-back, and they did just lose again. So maybe they're finally giving back a little bit here. But look, they played Toronto and they played Boston last night, 120 to 112. Like I said, Suns actually got the money in that game to kind of keep their good spread run going too. We know they've been pretty good here. Like I said, I think they keep getting overlooked by a lot of people here. The Suns right now in this surge here, 7th place. They could still get into the top 6 if they keep going. They're trailing the Nuggets, they're trailing the Wolves in there, but This would be a big win right now because the Wolves are in sixth place and the Suns are in seventh place here. But you look spread wise, I mean, Minnesota's terrible against the spread. 21 and 33 against the spread as a favorite, 14 and 20 against the spread at home. In fact, this line is wrong because we do have we have big injury news in this game. So let me fix it. Ant is out, by the way. Ant is out. Naz Reid is questionable. And the total here is all the way down to 221 because of this. So there's the factor. You have Phoenix here. Not only Minnesota though terrible against the spread, but Phoenix is terrific against the spread. One of the best teams in the league. They're 41 and 27 ATS, 21 and 12 ATS on the road, 20 and 5 ATS as a dog here, and no Ant though. Like I said, that's changed things dramatically here. I'm going to go with the under in this one at 221. This one, the send-out was as high as 228, but no Ant. I get it. Give me the under here with these two. You got Minnesota 11 and 23 to the under at home. 24 and 30 to the under as a favorite. When these two teams have met this season already twice, Phoenix won them both and covered. They won at Minnesota 108-105 as an 8.5-point dog back in December. And Phoenix also won at home 114-113 as a 4.5-point dog back in November. So I'm going to go with the under in this one between Phoenix and Minnesota. Let's see what you have in the chat here. Cruising along the NBA. Phoenix has won 6 of their last 9. They're 4-1 ATS in their last 5 overall. Phoenix is just 3-7 ATS their last 10 games against Minnesota. The Suns have gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall. For Minnesota here, they've actually gone under now in 7 of their last 9 and 4 of their last 5 games at home. Minnesota just 1-4 ATS and straight up and against the spread in their last 5 games overall. Okay, here we go with some plays from you guys here. And Moonman likes the Suns and the points. LALB likes the Suns. Timmy Two Shoes likes the Suns here. Under for LALB. And 51 here says does not want Minnesota. Mr. West says can't take Minnesota without Ant. Kendrick says under, Thunder under. Oh, that was a good call. So Thunder under was a good call. Let's see what else here. Could play the Suns, but take the points. This will be a jump shooter party. All right, I'll take the under, though, between Phoenix and Minnesota. Okay, next up, we got a couple more here in the NBA with the Sixers taking on the Nuggets here. Now, look, we've got 2 playoff-bound teams. I know that we almost forget about the Sixers here, but they're still going to get there. They're not going to blow this. They're actually 3 games clear of 10th place Charlotte right now. So, the Sixers might be getting 16 points here, but they're not in the tankathon. They're going to the postseason. They're going to the play-in tournament here. And none of these teams are out of the really they could still move up. The Raptors all of a sudden have won 2 in a row. They're in 6th place, but it's still kind of a close mix between 5th place to 9th place, at least, separated by only 1.5 games. So any kind of jostling could happen here right now. For the Nuggets here, they've won 2 of their last 3 games overall, but they are coming in off of a loss to LA, 127-125. But before that, they beat San Antonio, they beat Houston. They've had a tough schedule of late, have the Denver Nuggets. Philadelphia, meanwhile, off back-to-back wins here over Brooklyn, over Portland right now. Not the toughest of teams, but they did get a couple of wins here. Philadelphia just 2-6-1 against the spread in their last 9. Philadelphia's covered 5 of their last 7 against the Denver Nuggets. Denver's 4-2 ATS in their last 6 games. Denver's gone over in 4 of their last 5 and 6 of their last 7 at home. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but Philly has gone under in 6 of their last 9 overall. The two teams met back in January for their first meeting, and Denver won it 125 to 124 as a 14.5 point favorite. They could only manage a 1-point win in that one. Philadelphia is still 20-11 against the spread on the road. Denver, just a mediocre proposition as the home favorite. I'm going to go with the over in this one between Denver and Philly. Denver's 29-15 to the over as a favorite here, 42-25 to the over overall. Philly 17-15 to the over on the road. Let's see what you got in the chat here. I'm going to take the over in this one at 233. In fact, it's 235. I knew it. 235.5 even here right now. So, you know what? I got to lay a little extra now. That's fine. It's my play here on Night Moves. Give me the over here with Philly and Denver. Let's go to the chat, see what you have here. AOD is here, everybody. Denver against the spread here. Everybody's out for the Sixers here. This one, another team kind of mailing it in here late. But they're in the playoffs. But Maxi's out. Dallin Terry is out. Walker out here. Oubre's been out. They've missing guys. Of course, Embiid there. When's Paul George come back? Hasn't it been 25 games yet? Watson is out for Denver still. That's an old injury. Give me the over in this one. Cal Dog's liking the over. Timmy says they can sit the starters here, it looks like. Mr. Wesker's on Denver. First half over for LALB. That Kush King is here. Take the Sixers plus the points. Kendrick Moe, Denver, easy. West up says under. Can these Philly players step up here? And Moonman, he's mad. He's still mad at Jamal Murray. All right. We got one more here on the NBA card. Then we'll go to the hockey tonight. We got a nice hockey card. One game did get kicked out. Spurs and Kings in this one, and I don't really come in with exactly the same pattern here right now. Both teams coming in off a pair of wins. San Antonio with wins over the Hornets and the Clippers. They covered one. They didn't cover the other. The Kings, though, meanwhile, guess what? They're one of the hottest cover teams in the league right now. The Kings are hot. They've won 2 in a row. They're covering like nobody's business here, 5 straight. 4-1 straight up, 5-0 ATS. Meanwhile, for San Antonio, 14-6 against the spread in their last 20 games. They've still won 18 of 20. They've lost 10 of the last 15 meetings to Sacramento. 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but they've been unders for the most part. It seems like this season, both teams. Sacramento 28-33 to the under as a dog. Spurs are 29-39 to the under overall. 14-21 to the under on the road. Will the Spurs win this one in the tankathon here? I think they probably will. But let's see how you have it. Are you comfortable in 13.5 here? The total is up to 235.5. Seems interesting there on the total. Let me see here. Let me update that 235.5. And look, this total's gone up, but man, is it really going to be like that? I mean, Like I said, San Antonio feels like a pretty solid under here, although when the teams met back in February, it was 139 to 122, way over there at San Antonio. They won, but did not cover 16 and a half. Meanwhile, they played back in November, and it was 123 110 Spurs at home, laying 6.5. So they did get the money in that one. All right, let's see here. Spurs, of course, are coming in off of the back-to-back there last night, winning at the Clippers 119 to 115. Clippers got the money. Sacramento a day off here in between, as they're hot, man. They're hot. All right, let's see here. Kings are hot, everyone's saying in the chat, huh? Over for what West up. He likes the Kings plus the points. Spurs will be jacked today, says Mr. Weskers. Kings first half points here for West up. And Spurs to get. I mean, I'll just take another. Just give me another tankathon team. Give me the Spurs here. I just want them all. I'm laying all these points. I'm laying 18. I'm laying 15 and a half. I'm laying 9.5. I'm laying 13. Didn't I not? Oh, I took the over in the Nuggets game. What was I doing there? Kings plus the points for Cal Dog. And you got Fox coming in there. Says Moon Man. Mr. Weskers is ready for the postseason, I think. Kings first half for LALB. All right, that's it for the action on the hardwood. Let's get to the ice here now with our card on Tuesday night here. Let's get it rolling with the Islanders here taking on the Maple Leafs in this one. Oh, we got the line backwards. The Islanders are favored. Whoops. There we go. Might have been asleep at the wheel on that one, huh? Okay. Yep. Islanders are definitely favored here on the road. We know what's going on here with these Leafs right now. They've lost their superstar here. It does feel like it's a little bit over already for the Maple Leafs, but maybe they can salvage one here against the Isles. I don't know if they can. Isles $1.30 here. They've won 3 of their last 4. All of a sudden, have the Isles wins over San Jose, St. Louis, and Calgary. They're 20-13 on the road. Toronto is still 17-11 at home, but 12-22 as an underdog. And Austin Matthews obviously out for the season here. I'm going to probably go with the under in this one. You've got the Islanders 15-21 to the under on the road. Toronto is 21-14 to the under at home, but I think I'm just going to prefer to take the over here in this one, the under here in this one with the Islanders and Toronto. 5.5, and it is, let's see, the juice here is oh no, it's 5 and oh no, there's some 6s out there. There's definitely 6s. There's 6 flats out there. I'm gonna call it a 6 here. And let's see here. Did I have the line all messed up there? It looks like a basketball line. What was I doing? There we go. There we go. That's a real line there, right there. I'm going to go under 6 here with the Islanders and the Maple Leafs. Give me the under with these two. I think mostly here for the Islanders, they've won 6 of the last 8 meetings against Toronto. They've also won 5 of their last 7 overall on the road and 8 of their last 11 overall. Toronto, meanwhile, losses in 9 of their last 11 and losses in 8 of their last 9 games at home. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under when playing at Toronto, although 6 of the last 9 overall have gone over, but still I think I prefer the under here in this one. The Islanders here coming off of a 3-2 win over Calgary. Before that, 3-2 against the Kings in a loss. These two met in January. It was 4-3 Islanders at home. Toronto actually won here last year, but I'm going to go with the under in this one. All right, let's go to the chat right now. And Islanders for Timmy Two Shoes. LALB likes the Islanders. And Dak Kush King, is he going with the Maple Leafs? Here he is on the money line. Andre's got the Leafs here too. Wow. And Moon Man, he has the under here. And Cal Dog says Sorokin confirmed in there, I think he's saying. Maybe I'll call up the goalies here too. Make sure we got a few of them right anyway. All right, Islanders for West Up Parlay. And Islanders puck line here for Mr. Weskers. Islanders for Cal Dog. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorokin's the only confirmed goalie here. He's 23-15, 2.59 goals against, 911 save percentage. It's been great. Has been a little shaky here of late, but he's allowed 3 or more goals in 7 of his last 9. But the Islanders have had some good offense too, and he's 6-3 in those 9 games with 302 goals against. All right, we'll move on to the next one here. Let's look at the Hurricanes taking on the Blue Jackets. In this one, Carolina $1.35, and the total here is 6.5. Let's see here, 6.5 under 15, under 20 there. It's shaded to the under for sure, but got the Hurricanes here. $1.35 here in this one on the road. They have been alternating wins and losses here of late. They did win last time out against Tampa Bay 4-2. Did lose to St. Louis before that. Beat Pittsburgh before that. Columbus, meanwhile, has won 2 of 3. They just beat Philly on the road after a loss to Florida. Here, so let's hear from you in the chat with this one. Columbus here is just 12-24 as an underdog this season. The Panthers are, the Hurricanes are, one of these teams. Hurricanes are 40-20 as a favorite here. Wow. It's kind of hard not to take that one, even $1.35. But let's see how you have it here with Carolina on the road. Carolina has won 9 of their last 12 overall. They're 14-5 in their last 19 against Columbus. Carolina also 6-3 in their last 9 on the road. Columbus has won 12 of 17 in here right now. They're not in their best role, though. These two teams met back in December. It was 4-1 Carolina in the first meeting. Carolina's won 8 of their last 12 at home. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over, and 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams at Columbus have gone over, and Carolina's gone over in 6 of their last 9. Wow. Carolina 33-27 to the over as a favorite. I'm going to try the over in this one with Carolina and Columbus. Give me the over here in this one. All right, here we go with LALB said the Islanders were a consensus play. I think Andre might be on the over here. Cal Dog is on Carolina. Canes for the West Up. Also, he likes the over. Canes for LALB as well. All right, and let's see. Maybe a regulation draw for Moon Man in this one. And Timmy says with these two goalies, you got to go under with the Bussy and Elvis in there. Uh-oh, I'm on the over. All right, that's all right. Next up, Bruins and Canadiens division action here with Montreal having lost a couple in a row right now. Montreal with back-to-back losses to San Jose and to Anaheim, but They're at home here, third straight home game. Boston comes in here off of a loss 4-3 to New Jersey yesterday. They lost that one in overtime, so they're coming in on the back-to-back off an overtime game here. Uh, Montreal is 40-26 to the over this season. They're also 19-14 to the over at home. Boston's 19-12 to the over on the road, 25-18 to the over as a dog. Man, this one feels like, how is it not 7.5? It's got to be heavily juiced to the 6.5. Whoa, it's under. In fact, it's under favored in this one. Wow. Okay. Well, look, Montreal is a big time 19-14 to the over at home. Boston 19-12 to the over on the road. This Montreal team $1.70 here. I don't mind Montreal, but I sure don't like the higher price there. But what are you going to do? I mean, I feel like Montreal is the team in this one, although they are Montreal just 3-12 in the last 15 meetings against Boston here. Boston, though, just 1-8 in their last 9 on the road. We talk about how they've struggled. Boston under in 7 of their last 10, but Miami's been over here in 6 of their last 9 and 4 of their last 6 overall right now. So, man, that's 6.5 here. In this one, I'm going to have to take the over here with Boston and Montreal. Man, I'm on the totals here tonight on Night Moves. Let's see what you have in the chat. Here, it's going to be Bruins on the money line. Andre's on the other. Sorry, you guys have to like squint here to see the words tonight. Dak Kush King, Bruins money line. LALB's on the under. Moonman's on the under. Tim's on the under. Lots of unders here. Bruins money line for LALB. Cal Dog says he wish he could get the goalies confirmed like the pitchers in baseball. And Richie Rich looking to play a prop here tonight. All right. Good. And let's see what else here. Kelly's here. Boston with away and what? All right. I'm on the over here in this one. And let's see, is Dobish in there actually there? West up, like in Boston. Oh, don't forget, Kelly says you got to play the angle here. Why are they? Oh man, why is Boston on the road here? Actually, in this one, right? And why aren't I wearing my green shirt? I wore it yesterday. I actually, I wore it yesterday. I wore the green shirt a day early. What was I thinking? All right, I'll just go over here. Let's go to the next one with the Wild taking on the Blackhawks. Here you got the Wild favoring this one on the road, $1.80, $1.85 or so, total 6 over 20 or so. Minnesota comes in here on a 3-game losing streak right now with losses to Philadelphia, Rangers, and Toronto. Chicago, meanwhile, was on they swept Utah, but did lose last time out to Vegas on the road, 4-0. Minnesota, 38-18-12 this season. They're also 19-9 on the road. Chicago, meanwhile, just 25-37 as an underdog here. But you know what? You do have a Chicago team, 41-21 as a puck line underdog, and Minnesota 12-28 as a puck line favorite. Now this, man, the Boston number on the puck line, it's a little bit high, but I think that's the way I want to go. I think I want to take Chicago here. Oh man, plus 1.5, minus 165. I'm going to take the Blackhawks on the money line here. I'm going to take an upset in this one. Give me the Blackhawks in this game. Minnesota did win the first 2 meetings here, the last 2 meetings, 4-3 back in January, 4-3 back in November here in Chicago. But I'm going to go with an upset tonight. I'm going to go with the Blackhawks here. Like I said, Blackhawks did sweep Utah here just last week. And I'm going to take the Blackhawks. An upset here. Underdog time for me. Let me see here in some of these numbers anyway. Uh, Chicago here, they've lost 12 of 16, 8 of their last 11 at home. They're 1-8, last 9 at home against Minnesota, but Minnesota's lost 4 of 5. They have beaten Chicago in 5 straight meetings, actually. 14 of Minnesota's last 17 games on the road have gone over, but they are 5 straight to the under right now, and Chicago's gone under in 8 of their last 10. I'm going to take Chicago, though. Cal Dog's taking him. West Up Parlay says take him on the puck line. And Kelly says that they'll be playing here in a few more days right now, and that Minnesota owns them here. Yeah, 8-1, 8-1 for Chicago. 1-8 for Chicago in their last 9 games at home against these guys. But I'm taking them. I'm taking the Blackhawks. Predators and Jets here on Tuesday night. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Predators and Jets. That game, no, it's okay. There it is. I got it. Yep, Predators and Jets here. Predators are still alive. We're covering them here. Predators have lost 2 in a row, though. Winnipeg's won 2 in a row. Maybe we're covering the wrong team. Nashville here with losses to Edmonton and Vancouver. Winnipeg, meanwhile, with wins over Colorado and St. Louis. So why not? Winnipeg here, 17-13 at home, 20-19 as a dog. Nashville, 16-30 as an underdog here. So a Jets, not a terrible price, $1.35. Total here is 5.5 over. I should note it is shaded to the over for sure. Maybe even over 25, but I'll leave it at 20 here. These two teams did meet back in November. It was 5-2. The Jets won at home here. The Jets are 18-17 at home, not overwhelming, but Nashville 13-19 on the road here coming into this one. So Nashville actually just 2-6 straight up in their last 8 games overall, 1-4 straight up in their last 5 against Winnipeg. Nashville's gone under in 7 of its last 10. Winnipeg's gone under in 7 of its last 8. And 4 of the last 6 meetings have gone under. Winnipeg's also gone under here in 9 of their last 11. So feels like it should be an under here in this one. But let's see what you got. I'm probably still going to just take Winnipeg here for now. But I'll hear from you in the chat. I'm going to take Winnipeg here before I go to the chat. Give me Winnipeg to win this one as a favorite at home. Okay, and let's see what we got. The Blackhawks were a consensus. Wow, that's good to know because, that's a nice underdog, and we had a consensus on it. Wow. Predators for Dak Kush King. Andre says take the Predators. Predators to end the Red Wings. Well, let's see. Oh, to end Winnipeg's win streak. Yep, there you go. Kelly says Jets in regulation. Just get those points. Preds money line's too good to pass up for Timmy Two Shoes. Cal Dogs like in Nashville. LALB likes the under. And West Up says Jets and under. All right. And next up, we've got the Sharks here taking on the Oilers. Askarov goes here for San Jose, and Connor Ingram looks like here for Edmonton. San Jose's lost 15 of their last 17 games to the Edmonton Oilers right now, but they are 2-6 in their last 8 on the road, 2-4 straight up in their last 6. So that hasn't really been great for San Antonio, but they have won 2 of their last 3, including wins over Boston and Montreal before they lost to Ottawa. Edmonton, meanwhile, road losses to Dallas and St. Louis, did come home and beat Nashville here. Edmonton still 17-11 at home. San Jose 15-17 on the road. Edmonton has won 8 straight meetings over the Sharks at home. Edmonton's gone over in 6 of their last 9 and 6 of the last 9 against San Jose as well. So let's see what you got here in this one. Man, want to take San Jose, but these puck line prices are so high. I might just take them on the money line though. Edmonton, look, they did a great job there with that 3-1 win there the other night against Nashville. Got it done. But we know they can be so vulnerable at times. Talking about the Edmonton Oilers here. All right, here we go. From the chat, maybe they can help me out. Andre's on the over. Timmy likes over 7.5 here, you think? Right? Anytime these Oilers games, it feels like, although Edmonton, that Nashville game was just 3-1, and the St. Louis game was 3-2. So they've had some low scoring games here all of a sudden. Timmy says Sharks at Edmonton for a play. Here's LALB on the Oilers money line. And Sharks to wake up, says Cal Dog. And Kelly on Celebrini for an anytime goal. And West Up says take Edmonton. Oh boy, I'm taking the Sharks. I'm going for an upset here. Give me the Sharks. I've got an upset over the Oilers tonight. All right, next up. Oh, we got a good one here with the Sabres taking on the Golden Knights here in Las Vegas. Here come the Sabres to town. Did they get here early? Say Buffalo coming in off of a win last time out over Toronto, 3-2. They did lose to Washington before that, but that only stopped a longer winning streak here of late for the Buffalo Sabres. They've won 9 of their last 10. They've beaten Vegas in 5 of the last 6. Buffalo 17-3 in their last 20 on the road. Vegas has dropped 6 of 9. They are 5-2 in their last 7 home games against Buffalo. Buffalo's gone under in 5 of 7. Vegas has gone under in 5 of 7. And Vegas also under in 4 of their last 5 games at home. Coming into this one, let's see what you have here. You got a Buffalo team that is terrific so far right now. 20-13 as an underdog this season. 41-20 straight up here. For Vegas, they are just 4-6 in their last 10 overall. And like I said, struggled to losing 6 of their last 9. Vegas is 16-10 at home. Here, Buffalo's been terrific. Pardon me, but Vegas feels like they need it and they're playing better. Yeah, they played Pittsburgh, they played Chicago, but they won both those games at home. I'm going to take the Vegas Golden Knights here over Buffalo. Hey, we love Buffalo, love making money with Buffalo. We've made a lot of money with Buffalo, but I'm going to take the Golden Knights here. Yeah, good point, Timmy. I should have pointed that out there as well, that Draisaitl is out of the game. Not going to go back and say, hey, I knew that, but it is already built into the line there a little bit. Sabres for Cal Dog. Sabres is a dog for Andre. Timmy's on the Sabres here. LALV says go under, but Jack Kush King says Sabres are the better team. Might want to take them. And West Up Parlay says take Vegas, and I will. I'm going to take the Golden Knights here in this one. All right, we're skipping the Panthers and the Canucks. All apologies to Canucks fans and those Panthers fans, but those teams are done. Last game of the night, Lightning and the Kraken here in Seattle. Hey, speaking of Seattle, how about the news there on Monday that Seattle and Vegas looks like they're getting fast-tracked here. The Board of Governors says these are the 2 teams that are going to explore the franchises, expansion franchises in Buffalo. I mean, in Seattle and Las Vegas here, and seems like a done deal. As long as they get the ownership group in place, you're gonna have these teams worth $7 to $10 billion. So someone's gonna come up with the money. But LA has candidates. Who could LeBron James be in? Could Maverick Carter be in the group here in Las Vegas? Could the Fenway ownership group in there come to Vegas? And looks like Seattle and Las Vegas could be the next teams in the NBA. Go to 32 teams. Gonna have to take one of those Eastern Conference teams and move them. One of those Western Conference teams and move them to the East, such as Minnesota, Memphis, or maybe I think they had one other one, New Orleans or something. But Minnesota seems likely. And moving close here to get an NBA in Las Vegas. Wow, how about that? Anyway, we're here with Tampa Bay and the Seattle Kraken. Hope they call them the Supersonics. Seattle's won a couple in a row here right now with wins over Vancouver and Florida. That snapped a bit of a losing streak last time out for the Lightning here. They're coming in off of a loss to Carolina, but they beat Detroit 4-1 last time out. So see what you got here in this one. Last game of the night between the Kraken here and Seattle. These two teams met in February at Tampa. It was 4-1 in that one as Tampa got the win. Kraken are struggling a little bit here right now, but or I should say struggling. Like I said, they did just win those last two games, but they are just 1-4 in their last 5 games at home, 2-4 straight up in their last 6. Meanwhile, Tampa's won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams, although they're just 2-7 in their last 9 and 1-5 straight up in their last 6 on the road. So what gives here? What can you do with these two? Tampa here and Seattle. Tampa's still 20-9 on the road. Seattle 17-13 at home, but Tampa 33-22 is a favorite. Seattle's gone under in 24 of 35 home games this season. They're 25-32 to the under as a dog. Yeah, Tampa Bay is a bit of an over team, but the two teams, like I said, in the February meeting was 4-1 Tampa, and then the December meeting in Seattle was 5-1. Oh, that was last season. Okay, just once have they met. They played their one game this season, 4-1 Tampa. Give me the under in this one between Tampa and Seattle, and that's going to do it for Night Moves tonight. Thank you, everybody. Just a great show. Don't forget, you have baseball tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow with more night moves here. Let me get the last of the plays from you guys. Appreciate you coming here to hang out with me. Make sure you go over. Maybe I should do the commercial we forgot to do. Let's see. BG, did I get it right here? I might have missed a couple plays in there. Kraken for West up. And Mr. Westwood says maybe LeBron will get a NASCAR. I don't know about that. I mean, I think the one thing about Jordan and remember Brad Daugherty, who was also, I mean, those guys are from North Carolina, and what can you say? I mean, that's a NASCAR capital there, so I think there was something to that, even for MJ getting involved there. Here's LALB on the Lightning. I think that's it. All right. Really appreciate it, gang. Be back here tomorrow with more night moves. Have a great sports betting day tomorrow with all the action here. Really appreciate everybody in the chat for a great time. And we'll be back tomorrow here at 3 a.m. Eastern and midnight Pacific with more night moves. It's going to do it here Hey, everyone, you can get my premium picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. Get our best bets over there at Tony's Picks. Take a look at the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot. Shane Mickle, 3-0 on Monday. David Racy, 2-0. Alessandro Rodriguez won his only play. Joey Tron won his only play. Jorge Gonzalez, 2-1 on the day. Bo Dunn, 1-1 in the green over the last 7 days. Shane Mickle, 20-9 for 10.25 units. Kevin Thomas, 14-9 over 5 units. Stacks McKelvey up over 4.5 units. Brian Bittler clicking in at 60% up over 4 1/3 units. Alessandro Rodriguez 7-5 over the last 7 days, and Rod Zawacki's in the green here over the last 7 days, last 30 days. Shane Mickle up almost 9 2/3 units. Stephen Duncan up there up over 4 2/3 units. Brian Bittler up over 4 1/4 units. Tony T up there over 3 units. Mills Young up over a couple units. Some of the winners over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice, click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. Looks like I've moved off the bottom here a little bit, but I couldn't quite string it together here on Monday. But I did have a winner in college baseball with Cincinnati and Utah Valley. But other than that, I was looking for winners there on Monday. So at least took up with me here. I'm going to get hot here on Tuesday with this great card, and I'm going to roll it here and get a great start to the week. All right, that's going to do it for everyone in the chat. Thank you so much. Great job, you guys. From West Up, from LALB, Cal Dog, Kelly, Timmy Two Shoes, Mr. Wesker's in there as well. Just a great job. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here on Night Moves. Back here tomorrow, and for the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Night Moves in Las Vegas.